Welcome, coin lovers. In this video, we're diving into the exciting world of Australian 50-cent coins as we count down the 5 most valuable and expensive pieces you could come across. From rare errors to stunning high-grade finds, these coins have stories, history, and serious collector appeal you won't want to miss. These aren't just ordinary coins. They carry history, rarity, and a value that can change your life overnight. So, grab your old coin collection, check your piggy banks, and stay tuned. First up, we explore the most valuable and expensive, the 1979 Australian 50-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II. May seem like a standard circulation issue at first glance, but certain examples have become surprisingly valuable in the numismatic world. While millions were minted, the combination of age, scarcity in pristine form, and occasional rare minting errors makes this coin an appealing find for serious collectors. Even in very dirty condition, if the underlying surfaces remain intact, these coins can hold worthwhile value. For many enthusiasts, the 1979 issue represents a blend of practical currency history and the challenge of finding an example worthy of investment. Produced by the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, the 1979 50-cent coin was part of the ongoing dodecagonal, 12-sided series introduced in 1969 to replace the short-lived round silver 50-cent coin. Although it was not a commemorative for any specific event, it sat within a period of growing public anticipation for Australia's upcoming 1988 bicentennial. This background gives the coin a subtle historical connection to a decade of cultural preparation and national pride. Coins of this era are also tied to an economic climate of high inflation and significant public coin circulation, meaning that most saw heavy wear long before collectors could preserve them. Visually, the coin showcases 2 hallmark designs of Australian decimal currency. The obverse features the Arnold Machin portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, detailed and elegant, with the inscription Elizabeth II Australia 1979 framing her profile. On the reverse, Stuart Devlin's coat of arms design takes center stage, with the kangaroo and emu standing proudly beside the shield, symbolizing Australia's unity and progress. Struck in copper, nickel, the coin weighs 15.55 grams, measures 31.65 millimeters across, and carries its distinct multi-sided shape, making it both durable and visually distinctive. Rarity for the 1979 issue is not about low mintage, over 25 million were produced, but about condition and anomalies. The vast majority were heavily circulated, making coins with sharp detail, lustrous surfaces, and were extremely hard to find today. Proofs were not struck for general release that year, adding to the challenge of finding untouched examples. Error coins, such as misstrikes, clipped planchets, or double-struck designs, are exceptionally scarce and command strong premiums in the collector market. Dirty coins are generally considered low value unless they conceal a high-grade example. Beneath surface grime, market prices vary sharply depending on quality. Circulated coins in average condition often fetch little more than face value, but coins graded mint state, MS, by services like PCGS or NGC can reach $200 to $500 or more. Significant minting errors may bring anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000, depending on visibility and desirability. Auction results have shown that well-preserved examples are appreciating slowly but steadily, driven by a broader rise in interest in pre-1980 decimal currency. Collectors are increasingly aware that sourcing such coins in high grade is becoming harder each year. For those building an Australian 50-cent collection, identifying top-grade examples requires a careful eye. Look for full detail in the Queen's hair and facial features, sharp lettering with no flattening, and clean fields free from scratches. Avoid cleaning coins yourself, as this can reduce both collector appeal and grading potential. When possible, purchase from established numismatic dealers or auction houses, and consider professional grading for coins believed to be in near uncirculated or uncirculated condition. Proper storage in acid-free holders or coin capsules will help protect the coin's surfaces from further deterioration. Avoid cleaning coins yourself, as improper methods can damage surfaces and lower value. Instead, focus on finding examples from reputable dealers, coin shows, or online auction platforms. ideally with grading service authentication for more valuable pieces. The 1979 Australian 50-cent coin may not be an obvious rarity, but for collectors, it holds both historical and investment significance. Its classic design, connection to a pivotal pre-bicentennial era, and potential for rare varieties make it an attractive addition to any collection. While most examples in very dirty condition will not command large sums, uncovering a well-preserved piece can lead to a surprising valuation. Over time, as fewer high-quality examples remain available, the appeal of this coin is likely to grow, ensuring its place as a notable issue in Australia's decimal coinage history. And secondly, we're talking about the most valuable and rare, the Australian bicentennial 50-cent coin from 1976, featuring Queen Elizabeth II, holds a special place in numismatic circles due to its historical significance and rarity. While most bicentennial 50-cent coins were minted in 1988 to commemorate 200 years since European settlement, the 1976 issue is a unique and lesser-known piece that predates the official celebrations. This coin is highly sought after by collectors, particularly in rare conditions, despite its often dirty appearance in surviving examples. Its appeal lies in its connection to Australia's colonial history, its limited mintage, and the fact that it was never officially released into circulation, making it a fascinating anomaly in Australian decimal coinage. The historical context of this coin is intriguing because it was struck as a trial or pattern piece, possibly to test designs or materials ahead of the official bicentennial celebrations. The year 1976 was significant globally as it marked the American bicentennial, which may have inspired Australian authorities to explore similar commemorative coinage. However, the Australian bicentennial 50-cent coin as we know it today was not released until 1988, making the 1976 piece a curious precursor. The coin was likely produced at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, though records are sparse, adding to its mystique. Its existence hints at early planning for the bicentenary, making it a tangible piece of Australia's numismatic history. What sets this coin apart are its unique design elements. The obverse features the Arnold Machin portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, which was standard for Australian coins of the era. The reverse, however, is where the coin diverges from regular 50-cent pieces. Instead of the typical Australian coat of arms, it may bear a trial design, possibly an early concept for the bicentennial theme, though exact details are scarce due to its unofficial status. The coin's composition aligns with the standard copper-nickel used for circulating 50-cent coins at the time, with a diameter of 31.5 millimeters and a weight of 15.55 grams. Its dirty condition in surviving examples suggests it was handled or stored improperly, but even in this state, its rarity ensures collector interest. Rarity is a key factor driving the value of the 1976 bicentennial 50-cent coin. Unlike the widely minted 1988 version, the 1976 piece is believed to have been produced in extremely limited quantities, possibly as a prototype or test strike. Few examples are known to exist, and most are in circulated or dirty conditions, as they were never intended for public release. The coin's scarcity is compounded by its obscurity. Many collectors are unaware of its existence, making it a hidden gem for those specializing in Australian decimal coinage. Even in poor condition, its rarity ensures demand, though high-grade examples, if they exist, would command significant premiums. Market value for this coin is difficult to pinpoint due to its rarity and the lack of public sales records. However, in very dirty or well-worn conditions, it could still fetch hundreds of dollars, while a cleaner example might reach into the thousands, depending on provenance and buyer interest. Auction results for similar trial or pattern coins suggest strong demand among advanced collectors, particularly those focused on Australian decimal rarities. The coin's value is driven by its historical intrigue, limited availability, and the growing interest in pre-bicentennial commemorative issues. Unlike more common coins, its worth is less tied to condition and more to its sheer rarity and story. For collectors seeking this elusive piece, thorough research and patience are essential. Given its rarity, it is unlikely to appear in general coin dealers' inventories. Instead, specialized auctions or private sales within numismatic circles are the best avenues. Certification by a reputable grading service, such as PCGS or NGC, would enhance its value and authenticity, though many examples may be too dirty or worn to grade highly. Storage should prioritize preservation, using inert materials to prevent further deterioration. Networking with Australian decimal coin specialists or joining numismatic societies can provide leads, as many rare coins change hands privately before reaching the open market. The 1976 Australian bicentennial 50-cent coin is a numismatic enigma, offering a glimpse into the early planning of one of Australia's most significant commemorative coin programs. Its value lies not just in its rarity, but in its historical narrative, serving as a bridge between the regular coinage of the 1970s and the later bicentennial celebrations. For collectors, it represents a chance to own a piece of Australia's decimal coinage history that few even know exists. Its dirty condition in surviving examples only adds to its charm. Underscoring its journey from obscurity to collector's treasure, this coin is a standout in Australian numismatics, appealing to those who appreciate rarity and historical significance over pristine condition. Its connection to the bicentennial, despite being struck over a decade earlier, makes it a fascinating outlier. While its market value is niche, its desirability among serious collectors ensures its place as one of Australia's most intriguing modern coins. Whether as a centerpiece of a specialized collection or a conversation starter, the 1976 bicentennial 50-cent coin is a testament to the unexpected treasures hidden in the world of coin collecting. And thirdly, we explore the 1972 Australian 50-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II holds a unique position in the numismatic world, not because it was issued in huge numbers, but because certain rare and exceptional examples have become highly desirable among collectors. While most circulated coins from this year hold only modest face value, a combination of historical context, design appeal, and the occasional scarce variety or high-grade example has turned some into true collector treasures. Even in a very dirty or heavily circulated condition, the coin carries an appeal for those who value its place in Australian decimal currency history. And in pristine form, it can fetch far more than casual collectors might expect. Asterisk the 1972 issue belongs to the first series of 12-sided Australian 50-cent coins introduced after the silver 50 cent of 1966 was quickly withdrawn due to rising bullion value. This year marked a period of consolidation for decimal currency, which had been introduced only 6 years earlier in 1966. The coin was struck at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra with the standard circulation design rather than any commemorative artwork. However, 1972 is notable among decimal enthusiasts because it represents one of the lowest mintage years for the 50-cent coin in the copper-nickel era, a fact that has driven collector interest over time. Asterisk design-wise, the obverse features the second definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin, used from 1969 to 1984. The Queen is shown wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a regal yet approachable image that became familiar across Commonwealth coinage. During this era, the reverse bears Stuart Devlin's Australian coat of arms design, with the kangaroo and emu standing on either side of a shield containing symbols of the states. Measuring 31.65 millimeters across, its distinctive dodecagonal shape, and weighing 15.55 grams in copper-nickel, it stands out both in hand and in a display case. While the design was standard across several years, the sharpness of strike, alignment, and quality of metal vary, and high-grade 1972 examples are particularly impressive. Asterisk the rarity of the 1972 50-cent coin comes down primarily to mintage. Just 2.6 million were produced, a sharp contrast to the tens of millions minted in more common years. This limited production means fewer coins survived in top condition, especially since these were intended for circulation and endured decades of wear. Finding a 1972 50 cent in uncirculated condition today is a genuine challenge, and errors such as off-center strikes or planchet flaws can raise value considerably. Dirty or heavily worn examples are still collected due to the year's scarcity, but their value will be a fraction of well-preserved specimens. Asterisk in today's market, A heavily circulated 1972 Australian 50-cent might sell for between $2 and $5, with very dirty coins sitting at the lower end of that range. However, uncirculated coins can reach $50 to $100, and superbly graded pieces in MS65 or higher can exceed $150 at auction. Proof-like strikes, or those with striking errors, can command even more, depending on rarity and demand. The relatively small mintage ensures steady interest, and values have trended upward over the past decade as collectors seek to complete high-grade decimal sets. Asterisk for collectors. Identifying a high-quality 1972 coin starts with the basics. Look for sharp, clear detail on the Queen's hair and the fine lines of the coat of arms, along with minimal surface marks. Professional grading from services such as PCGS or NGC can add credibility and value, especially if you intend to sell. Storage in acid-free holders or capsules is essential to prevent further tarnish or dirt accumulation. Acquiring one is easiest through reputable coin dealers, coin shows, or specialized auctions, though patient searching through bulk lots can still yield surprises. Asterisk beyond its tangible worth. The 1972 Australian 50-cent coin also carries an intangible charm that resonates with collectors who value the stories behind their coins. Each example, whether pristine or heavily worn, has passed through countless hands over the past 5 decades, serving as a small witness to Australia's economic and cultural changes. For some, owning this coin is less about its metal content and more about preserving a scarce artifact from a pivotal era in decimal currency history. This combination of scarcity, historical significance, and personal connection is what keeps the 1972 50-cent firmly on the radar of serious numismatists and casual hobbyists alike. Asterisk the 1972 Australian 50-cent is more than just another copper nickel decimal issue. It's a key date in the series, combining low mintage, classic design, and steady collector demand. While a dirty, circulated example has modest value, its significance lies in its scarcity and its role in the evolving history of Australian coinage. For those willing to seek out top-condition pieces, the potential for long-term appreciation remains strong, making it a worthy addition to both beginner and advanced collections. Its enduring appeal lies in the fact that it represents both a practical circulating coin and a milestone in modern Australian numismatics. Asterisk. And now we're talking about the 1973 Australian bicentennial 50-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II is a fascinating and highly sought-after piece in numismatic circles, particularly due to its historical significance and rarity. While most bicentennial 50-cent coins were minted in 1988 to commemorate 200 years since European settlement in Australia, the 1973 issue stands out as an unusual and enigmatic piece that has captured the attention of collectors. Its value is amplified by its mysterious origins, limited availability, and the fact that it predates the official bicentennial celebrations by 15 years. The coin's worth is further influenced by its condition, with even heavily circulated or dirty examples commanding significant interest due to their scarcity. Collectors prize this piece not only for its numismatic value but also for the historical curiosity it represents, making it a standout in Australian decimal coinage. Asterisk historically, the 1973 bicentennial 50-cent coin is shrouded in intrigue, as it was not officially released as part of any commemorative series. Unlike the widely recognized 1988 bicentennial 50-cent coins, which were struck in large quantities, the 1973 version appears to be either a trial strike, an error, or a privately issued piece. Some theories suggest it may have been a prototype, or a speculative creation by mint officials anticipating future commemorative needs. The coin's existence raises questions about early planning for Australia's bicentennial celebrations and whether it was part of an abandoned initiative. The Royal Australian Mint in Canberra is the presumed origin, though no official records confirm its production, adding to its mystique and desirability among historians and collectors alike. Asterisk the design of the 1973 bicentennial 50-cent coin closely mirrors that of the standard Elizabeth II 50-cent pieces of the era, featuring Arnold Mackin's portrait of the Queen on the obverse. The reverse, however, is where the coin's uniqueness lies, as it bears a distinctive bicentennial-themed design that was not officially adopted until 1988. This includes symbols such as the Southern Cross, a representation of the First Fleet, and indigenous Australian motifs, all of which were later incorporated into the 1988 commemorative issue. The coin's composition follows the standard copper-nickel alloy used in Australian 50-cent coins at the time, with a diameter of 31.5 millimeters and a weight of 15.55 grams. Despite its dirty or worn condition, the design elements remain a critical factor in its valuation, as they provide a tangible link to Australia's numismatic and cultural history. Asterisk rarity is the defining characteristic of the 1973 bicentennial 50-cent coin, as only a handful of examples are known to exist. Unlike the millions of 1988 bicentennial coins produced, the 1973 issue was never officially circulated, making surviving specimens exceptionally scarce. The dirty condition of known examples suggests they may have been stored improperly or even deliberately hidden before being rediscovered. Collectors place immense value on these coins regardless of their wear, as their historical and numismatic importance far outweighs their physical state. The absence of documented mintage figures only adds to their allure, with each new discovery sparking excitement in the numismatic community. Asterisk market value for the 1973 bicentennial 50-cent coin varies significantly based on condition, provenance, and collector demand. Even in very dirty or heavily worn states, examples have sold for upwards of $5,000 to $10,000 at auction, with pristine or certified specimens potentially reaching much higher figures. The coin's value is driven by its extreme rarity and the stories surrounding its origin, making it a centerpiece for advanced collectors specializing in Australian decimal coins. Auction records indicate strong competition whenever one appears on the market, with prices reflecting its status as one of the most enigmatic and desirable modern Australian coins. Asterisk for collectors seeking to acquire this rare piece. Thorough research and authentication are essential. Given its unusual background, counterfeit or altered examples may exist, making certification by a reputable grading service such as PCGS or NGC highly advisable. Networking with specialized numismatic societies and attending major coin auctions can increase the chances of encountering a genuine example. Proper storage and archival quality holders is crucial to preserving the coin's remaining details, especially if it is already in a dirty or worn state. Collectors should also consult historical mint records and expert opinions to verify the coin's legitimacy, as its backstory is as important as its physical attributes. Asterisk the 1973 bicentennial 50-cent coin holds a unique place in Australian numismatics, bridging the gap between standard circulation issues and commemorative rarities. Its mysterious origins and limited survival make it a prized possession for those who appreciate the stories behind coins, beyond mere metal and design. The dirty condition of known examples only enhances its charm, serving as a testament to its journey through time and the hands it may have passed through before reaching modern collectors. This coin is more than a monetary artifact. It is a tangible piece of Australia's pre-bicentennial history, offering insights into the early planning of a national celebration. The 1973 Australian bicentennial 50-cent coin is a numismatic treasure that continues to captivate collectors and historians. Its rarity, historical intrigue, and distinctive design elements make it one of the most valuable and discussed modern Australian coins. While its dirty condition may deter some, serious collectors recognize its significance and are willing to pay premium prices for the opportunity to own such a unique piece. As interest in Australian decimal coinage grows, the 1973 bicentennial 50-cent coin is likely to remain a highlight of advanced collections, with its value and mystique enduring for generations to come.